Hello everybody, welcome back to this Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play. We are here in the Mizzenmast Inn, and as you can see there's a little bit of a different layout here. I finally got a hold of that experience bar, moved it a little bit further up into the screen, just so that I can see it a little bit clearer whenever I'm doing my leveling up, so I can see that better. Also, as I draw attention to that, you can see I'm level 14, so I'm one level higher than I was at the end of the last video, almost to level 15, and the thought occurred to me, instead of doing my leveling up here, I know at the end of the last video I said I was going to do my leveling up here in Limsa Lominsa in the Lanosian environment here, that I said I was going to stay here and do that before I went to Ul'dah, but the thought occurred to me, why don't I go to Gridania and do my leveling up there? That way we can see something new, you know, see a new environment, see a new set of enemies, and sort of, you know, make an interesting video that way. And then when I'm done there, I can go to Ul'dah so that we can see something new. I can make a video and not just sit here for the next hour or whatever grinding, but you know, make a video, be productive with it. And so I'm going to try to do that. Now I came back here to the Mizzenmast so that I can show how to get to the transport area. Or rather the dock for the airship in Limsa. So starting from the Mizzenmast Inn, the Drowning Winch, that's what it's called. I've been trying to, for a while I've been trying to remember what the name of the bar is in this little area, and it's called the Drowning Winch. Okay, and then the Mizzenmast Inn. Anyway, we're going to head down here. As you can see the arrow, the character arrow right here. We're going to head over here to the Crow's Lift, which is the elevator that's going to take us up to the top floor. Come on, target it for me. Anyway, the elevator is going to take us up to the top floor. I thought there's a little icon that's supposed to come up on the doors themselves to let me get on the elevator, but it's not showing up. So if you look down on the bottom right of the screen, it's got this little flashing exclamation point. If we highlight that and click it, then it will give us the choice to select a floor. So we're going to go up to the airship landing. Alright, here we are on the top floor. This might be the last time we see Limsa for a while. Alright. So just a quick look around. It doesn't look like there's any other NPC characters. Can we see what's on this board here? Doesn't look like it. Let's see what Merle Skilt has to say. Being a nation of mariners, most Liminses would sooner ride a ferry and feel the spray of the sea on their faces than take to the skies. With you adventurers, though, it's whatever gets you to your destination the fastest. That's interesting because we can actually take a ship from Limsa. We can go not by airship, but we can go by boat. We can travel by boat to the other area. I don't know if we can travel. Let's see if we can do. No, I was trying to see a map of the entire continent, because I believe we can take a boat from Limsa, and I believe the boat goes to Ul'dah, but I don't think there's a boat from Limsa to Gridania, so we have to go by airship. Let's see, Aldiet. We adventurers wouldn't get very far without airships and chocobos, but the costs empty one's coin purse faster than a sailor empties his tankard. Truth be told, there are times when I wonder whether I'm paying for airship flights to go adventuring, or going adventuring to pay for airship flights. She brings up a good point. Another point about airship costs is that they get more expensive the more you do it. I'm not sure if it gets more expensive the more you travel, or if it gets more expensive the higher your level. But I know that as the game goes on, it gets more and more expensive to fly on airships. And I'm actually not 100% positive we'll be able to travel by airship here, but I believe we will. Greetings, good sir, and welcome to Highwind Skyways. How might we serve you this day? Well, it looks like we can book a passage, so let's do that. Asks us where we'll be flying. We're going to be flying to Gridania. The fare will be 2,500 gil, We currently possess 50,000, so we are more than equipped to handle this. If I might confirm, you wish to travel to Gridania, is that correct? Yes, it is, and 2,500 gil. That is pretty expensive, but we're gonna do it. All right. So now we're gonna move in here to the landing area. This actually, like, you don't immediately get transported. We literally have to wait for the ship to get here. And as you can see, there's no ship in the dock right now, so we've got to wait for it to fly in. If other characters are traveling to Gridania, they will actually be in this zone with us, so we'll be able to see them or we'll be standing inside the landing area here alongside them. So let's chat up a couple of these NPCs just to see what they've got to say. My charge is to ensure that no ill-intentioned individuals slip on board. The last thing we want is for an airship to be seized by pirates. It's yet to happen, but I wouldn't put it past those covetous scoundrels to try. To them, I expect an airship seems like a lavish prize. But in their untutored hands, such a vessel would be more like to bear them to their swift and fiery doom than the skies. Gazenza. That's a cool name. Been a fisherwoman half me life I have, ridden the worst of the Indigo Deep's furies in that time and all. But nowt could have prepared me for the infernal turbulence of the airs. And it's so bloody cold up there. One bloke told me he damn near froze his knackers off on a flight from Ulda. Makes me glad I don't have a pair. My husband and I became separated from our little girl. We've since been in contact with her via link pearl, but precious good that does when she refuses to stay in one place. We arrive at where she's supposed to be, our hearts in our mouths, only to learn she's hopped aboard another vessel and vanished over the horizon. Oh, what could have possessed us to let her keep that lifetime airship pass? Ooh, can we get one of those? Because that would save us a ton of money. The 12 strike us down for fools. My business has been yielding good returns of late, and so I decided to take my family on holiday, making up for lost time, as it were. Work takes up much of my life, you see, though it shames me to admit it. I've been a less than attentive father to my young girl. Speaking of whom, you haven't seen a little girl, have you? Let's see if Tanagya can sell us a lifetime pass. How's about a souvenir? We've lots to choose from. Souvenir, you've just got food. No. What is over this way? This person, Weinberg here, he'll be the one we want to talk to if we want to go back into the outer area here, and we will not be able to get back in to get on the ship. So we want to get on the ship. And speaking of which, here it is. It's just approaching. Oh, that's fantastic. So here we go. The ship is in. We will get ready for a cutscene here, and we will be on our way to Gridania. Very exciting. It's been so long since I was in Gridania. Say goodbye to Limsa. Quite a lot of fun, and we'll be back. We'll be back before too long, I think, but probably not for some time. And here we are. See a very different feel from Limsa Lominsa. This place I think has a pretty strong feeling of Rivendell from The Lord of the Rings, actually. architecture, the integration between the, you know, the architecture and the environment. It feels very, very hand in hand, very nature conservative, and almost sort of just more of an extension from the land than kind of than something built upon it, you know. This is actually a pretty good choice now that I think about it, because the Thaumaturge Guild is actually here in, or is it the Thaumaturge or the Conjurer's Guild? Let's take a look and see. Pull up the map. If we scroll up north here, we can see it is the Conjurer's Guild. Well, you know, that's not exactly. Well, I mean, we do have a Conjurer. We're working on our Conjurer class, but we're not working on it now. So we could go up there. It might be worth it to go up there to find some magic-specific gear. We can't use the. Since we're focusing on Thaumaturge, we're not going to find any Thaumaturge-related materials up there, weapons, I mean. But it is up there. Maybe worth it to go up there and check it out. Oh, there's an exclamation point. I wonder what that's all about. Alright, so here we are in the landing area for Gridania. Maybe we'll just... Actually, you know what? Let's go down here. Just take a look out on the lake over here. There's a little bit of a viewing... Oh, we can't get back there. Why would they block that off? That's so dumb. Why would you block this off? Let us go out there and get a nice view of the lake. But anyway, got a nice water wheel over there. It looks like there's some sort of a floating platform out there with looks like Christmas presents on there. I'm not really sure what that is, but anyway, nice pretty area. We'll be able to see a little bit better once we get out of the landing area here, start running around. I'm not planning on showing all of Gridania right now. It's a pretty extensive place. But we'll see some of it eventually, sooner or later. So we want to talk to Haida, I think, here. She's going to ask us if we want to leave the landing area, which we do. Alright, here we are outside the airship area. This is kind of the... This is to Gridania what the Mizzenmast Inn is for Limsa Lominsa. This is... sort of just our central hub. This is where we get our quests, where we speak with merchants who are selling. Oh, look at that armor. That's cool looking armor. NPC character, but very cool. But this is where we get our quests. This is where low-level merchants sell starting gear to us. It looks like Vacorolon here. Vacorolon. So, excuse me. Vacorolon has got something she wants to talk to us about. Waste not, want not. Let's see what this is about. This will give us some quests and some experiences. Okay, ooh, an adventurer and one who looks capable besides. The matron Nafika must be smiling on me today to bring you here in my moment of need. Or here's a sudden thought. Have you just come to stay at our humble inn, the Roost? Oh, so she's going to give us the inn quest to unlock the inn in Gridania, which is good. We want that. Are you an adventurer seeking work, or a travel-weary guest? At first glance, I would say adventurer. At second, who knows? Ah, but what does that matter? 'Tis an emergency, a crisis, a time of strife. I need help, and to you I turn, whatever you might be. A guest checked out, and left a well-worn bag in his room. A burly man he was, a black straw hat atop his head. Chase after him, won't you, and return his forgotten bag? He is making his way to the Gridania airship landing, or so I was told. Descend those steps, aye, the ones over by Miyun, and do hurry before he leaves. Once he boards the airship, not even Nafika herself will be able to find him. Go, 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 run like a chocobo, like you have never run before. So we won't get very much experience at all for this, but it will open up the inn for us. It'll open up the inn, which is good. We need that, actually. And we're just going to be going back down the same set of stairs we came up a moment ago. And here is Farrar, it looks like. He's the one for whom this bag is meant. The well-worn bag. What's that you say? I left something behind at the inn? I don't know about that. I've got everything that belongs to me, I reckon. Ah, that's my bag, all right. Truth is, I meant to throw it out. I left it in the room so's the maid could clean it up. Look at the thing, will you? It's got a bloomin' big hole in the bottom. Served me well, 'tis true, but now it's worn and no good to no one. What's the point of a bag with a hole in the bottom, I ask you? Is that so? The little missy at the end thought it important and sent you after me, eh? Here, let me tell you a story. I'm a merchant, hailing from Limsa. Ah, so are we. Well, not merchant, but we just came there from Limsa. And I came to Gridania to buy up vegetables. The folk here grow the best leaves and legumes in all of Eorzea, you know? But some of the produce I bought here wasn't up to par. Bruised, too small, that sort of thing. So I started throwing away the rejects. But as I was doing so, who comes up to me but some Gridanian bloke frothing at the mouth? The man laid into me saying, "Oi, that's good food you're tossing out." Right peeved he was. So I told him I wasn't doing it for my own gratification, and I thought it was a waste too, but my customers are the cream of Lominsan society with uncompromising tastes, and they wouldn't take too kindly to me trying to fob off inferior cucumbers on them. Well, that just poured oil on the flame, let me tell you. And we got into it, quite a heated discussion. I came away thinking folk hereabouts are all bull-headed and stubborn. But then I thought on it some and came to realize something. Obnoxious though he was, that man had the right of it. We shouldn't waste things. Gridanians are especially passionate on this, and that bloke simply couldn't bear the sight of me tossin' decent food. You know what? I'm gonna fix up this here bag, make it as good as new, and then I'll use it for as long as I can. It'll be my little way of showing respect to the good people of Gridania. It's done my soul good talking with you. I owe you one, friend. If our paths ever cross in Limsa, I'll be sure to feast you on the finest vegetables the land has to offer. That was a lot of text. Just in the interest of delivering a busted bag. Alright, for Coralon. Ah, you're back, and without the bag, I take it your quest has met with success. If I might be allowed to grumble, though, it's always outsiders who leave things behind. We forest-born know better than to treat our belongings callously. Take a simple bag, for instance. Making one requires hide that comes from creatures of the Twelveswood. Such creatures give their lives that we might be able to carry our possessions about. It would be wrong to treat their sacrifice with any less than the utmost respect. But then, I have no need to tell you these things. You're the one who returned the bag to its owner, after all. Which reminds me, you came here as an adventurer, but perhaps you would like to stay as a guest. We just need to enter your name in the registry, and our inn shall be your home. Now let's see, Volatus Kane, is it? Excellent. Now that it's official, greetings, good sir, and welcome to the Roost. Here you may rest your weary limbs and restore your vim and vigor. Drop by whenever the adversaries of adventuring begin to take their toll. So, that is good for us. We will be returning here after done adventuring and in need of experience boosts and relaxation. Oh my goodness, don't tell me. Hildebrand. These two eyes of mine will not be deceived. Oh no, for they are the sharpest in all of Eorzea. Speak now, O lovely maiden of gentle heart. Something troubles you, and I, Hildebrand, am here to help. You know, I hate this guy. I hate everything that has to do with him. So I am just going to skip all this. I'm not going to read it. It is of no consequence whatsoever. What a goofy dude. Look at his little monocle. What a loser. No, monocles are cool. Monocles are cool. I like monocles. If you're from, like, 1920. What a weird looking dude. Just strange. So strange. His monocle and his little red rose or the red flower, whatever it is. And apparently a thief. Alright, well, at least we've got it. So, before we can go out and start just killing stuff, we need to talk to, I believe her name is Miyun, and she's over here. She's the, uh-oh. Sorry about that, folks. The pause there. What is going on? What's the weird music for? Maybe the game had sort of a hiccup there or something. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Anyway, we need to talk to Miyun here. She basically is sort of like she's like the Betaron of Gridania. She's got all the quests. She's the one we talk to for story-related stuff. Of course, since we didn't start in Gridania, she's not going to have any story-related quests for us. And as such, actually, yeah, she doesn't have any leave quests for us either. So we don't want to be talking to her. Never mind. We want to talk to Gontrant here, or Gontran. I'm not sure how you say that. Battlecraft leaves. We are level 10, so we're going to visit Camp Bent Branch just to visit it, but we're not going to get our quests from there. We're going to go to the next one, which was, I didn't even see what it was. Camp Emerald Moss. Let's see. Not going to read these. They're just level up quests. I wish we could do more than 4 at a time. It really is kind of frustrating sometimes to have to keep coming back for more. Let's see if we can have him evaluate our history. No, not going to give us anything new. Alright, so now we're going to head out of this. What's the name of this place? The Roost. Carline Canopy. Well, this was the starting city that I went through with my first character, and I could not have told you that it was called the Carline Canopy. But such it is, the Carline Canopy. That's where we'll be coming back to whenever we need more quests. So let us look out here. Now we'll get a nice good view of the lake here. Oh, and there's an airship coming in. Surrounded by forest, we cannot hardly even see the sky. But this is Gridania. Trees and rocks and moss overgrowing everything. Well, the rocks aren't overgrowing, but the trees and the moss is overgrowing. Camp Emerald Moss, if memory serves correctly, is, well, we can't see it on here. We're going to want to go out the southwest exit for the Central Shroud. But the name of the area outside Gridania is called the Black Shroud. The Black Shroud is just the name for the area at large, and it's broken down into smaller areas from there. Anywhere we exit Gridania, we're going to be exiting into the Black Shroud, but we want to exit out the southwest gate of the city. For those of you who are going to be looking for chocobos in Gridania, this, if my frame rate would smoothen up, this is where the chocobo, whenever he pops in and the model loads, there he goes. Froodhelm here, he's the one we're going to want to talk to get a chocobo. But, and we might actually be doing this here. We might actually get, what am I trying to say? The Grand Company. We might team up with the Grand Company here and get our chocobo here. Now this is interesting. It's been a while since I was in Gridania, and these cannons are new. I don't actually know what these cannons are. Let's talk to Serpent Lieutenant Moret here and see what she's got to say about these cannons. My fellow firstborn, valiant adventurers of the realm, join your strength to ours and make the Order of the Twin Adder. The Order of the Twin Adder, by the way, that's the Grand Company I was just talking about. Let's make the Order of the Twin Adder a force to be reckoned with. Alright, so they're preparing for combat, I guess. The Order of the Twin Adder is proud to call Elder Seedseer Kan E Senna its leader. That's quite a name. She is the very spirit of our Gridania and the most benevolent soul in the realm. She listens to all forestborn with love and compassion and always has the kindest words to give in return. Through the gifts the gods has given her, she is able to hear the whispers of the elementals and guides the nation with the benefit of their timeless wisdom. Cool? The entire Grand Company has been up in arms ever since reports arrived that Garlean forces are amassing. If rumors can be given credence, a full-scale battle looms nigh. All of Eorzea must unite under one banner if we are to emerge triumphant. So that's what these are for. It's just sort of an indication, an in-game indication that all of the Grand Companies across Eorzea, in Ul'dah, in Limsa... Oh no, did I just crash? I just crashed. Hello everybody, welcome back. Sorry about that crash. I guess that just happens from time to time with the game as it is. I forgot what I was talking about before it crashed. But anyway, I'm gonna go up here and talk to Marset. See what she's got to say. In the name of science, a quest forth. You there, adventurer. I wonder, have you not seen any Spriggans on your travels? Yes, we already have. Furry little black things they are, not altogether dissimilar to a dark-furred coney at first glance. I'm trying to conduct a study of their behavior in this area, eating and mating patterns, migratory routes, and so on, but whenever I draw close enough to make the necessary observations, the blighters all run off. Gods, what I wouldn't give for a few of those teeth. Most people don't realize the tales teeth can tell. Oh dear, I've forgotten my manners. My name is Marset, and I'm a naturalist under the employ of the Eorzean Geographic, a publication which surveys the realm's wildlife. So far I've learned that Spriggans are gregarious animals. They nest in large groups below ground, digging labyrinthine tunnel networks. I also know they are skilled predators, and that they are even capable of creating fire using flintstones. All of which is jolly interesting, of course, yet there is so much that I still do not know. By way of example, in addition to the flintstones they carry, Spriggans are often seen bearing rocks of some other sort. Only I haven't an inkling as to why. Perhaps it has something to do with the miners having nicknamed them Stone Snatchers. They claim the Spriggans make off with their ores. Wait just a moment, you look as if you have a lot of free time on your hands. Go out and kill me some sable-toothed Spriggans. Bring me 4 sable teeth, and your efforts will not go unrewarded. The Spriggans that interest me most are those in the south of Gridania, near the Tamtara Deep Croft. There are likely some nesting holes in the area. Oh, please say you'll do it. I couldn't possibly bring myself to kill the little deers on my own. But you'll pay someone else to do it. Not sure that's a whole lot better, but... that's a fair amount of gil. Decent experience, I suppose. And we get a dodo skin harness, which is great. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, I knew I was right about you. Bring me 4 sable teeth, and the deed will be done. That is, I believe, not anywhere near where we need to go, out to Camp Emerald Moss. I don't even know if I'm going to have time to make it out to Camp Emerald Moss for this video. We will. If we don't do any fighting, we'll be okay. And at level 14, I think we can probably just run past a lot of the lower level mobs. Here we are going out the southwest central shroud gate. It looks to me like Gridania is... we can't see. It looks like there's a clipping plane getting in the way. I was trying to see if there was water down there. I can see some water. Makes me think Gridania, certainly not on an island, but is at least separated from the rest of the Black Shroud enough to need bridges like this to get across. If we can see. We can't really see out because there are these curtains or whatever they are. But it looks like there's water down there. Some sort of a ravine with a river running through it, if nothing else. We could just look on the map and see. Yeah. A little bit of a river, tributary or something. So seamless transition out here. Now we are in the Black Shroud. If we look at the map, it's a different looking area than La Nausea. Running around Gridania it almost looks like tunnels based on the map here. It doesn't look so much like tunnels as you're running around through the game world, but it looks like tunnels on the map, and it, in a way, I've heard some people, some players complain about it, saying that it feels very linear and it feels kind of claustrophobic. I think in a manner of speaking, I can understand where they're coming from, but I think when you just stop and look around, I think it's just gorgeous. Like, I think it's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I can understand some of the claustrophobic comments. It's maybe some of the linear comments that sort of takes away a little bit of the openness and the adventuring aspect. But the openness of Limsa Lominsa and La Nausea, and the openness of Thanalan, which is outside of Ul'dah, I think that's a perfect counter to it. Like, if you want open world exploration, you know, that feels kind of unhindered, or just an open horizon sort of a feel, those areas will absolutely take care of that kind of desire. If you want something that's a little more contained, then Gridania and the Black Shroud fits that bill perfectly. Alright, so this is the first Gridanian enemy we can see here, a little forest fungoir who just went into the bushes when we were trying to look at it. Walk around on their limbs, and then when you get close, they just sort of morph back down into this regular-looking mushroom size. Well, the size is really big, but it's a regular mushroom appearance. We're not going to find any rats or any of those puck hatchlings. We might find some of the dodos. I'm not sure if there are dodos here. I don't remember for sure if there are dodos, but different kind of starting creatures here. We will find some squirrels, these star marmots. Those are kind of squirrels. Can't remember if there were squirrels in Limsa or not. I don't believe there are squirrels. Over here we have young galagos, kind of a monkey-looking thing with that really, really long tail. If we get up close to it here, we can kind of see he's got sort of a monkey-ish head. Very unique. Very thin waist. And those, of course, those chicos, we recognize those. Star marmots are the squirrel-like creatures here. They're a squirrel, burrowing, rabbit-ish sort of a creature. We can fight fireflies too. There were fireflies in Limsa, but it's literally just kind of a flashing. I don't think it's actually a model. It's just sort of a flashing texture, I guess, floating on a card. Lots of cool fishing spots here in Gridania. These little rivers and lakes. You can do fishing here if you are so inclined and so equipped. Camp Emerald Moss is up here a little bit north, what is this, northwest of where we are now. Something about this music, I don't know if you guys have seen, or anyone watching is a Miyazaki fan, but something about this music reminds me of Spirited Away, when all of the spirits are visiting the bathhouse. I don't know, this kind of reminds me of a bathhouse sort of a theme from that movie. Very good movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. Anything by Miyazaki is typically, you can rely on it to be a fantastic movie. There's a certain iconic feel to Miyazaki animation films, and you can't go wrong with any of them, but Spirited Away is probably my favorite. We're starting to see a little bit higher level monsters here. Got a young Galago over here that is level 18. That's still probably a little too high for us to manage. You know, I was planning on doing some fighting in this episode, but I'm beginning to see that that's really not going to be realistic. That's okay. It's cool to see a new area anyway. We get to see the next episode go out and fighting some mobs. While I'm on the subject of fighting, the thought occurred to me that I let's see, the quests that I picked up, if we check my journal, the quests that I picked up are for Camp Emerald Moss, which is the level 10 camp. And the thought occurred to me, well, why don't I also pick up the leaf quests for Camp Bent Branch, which is the level 1 camp, because if you remember, whenever you start a leaf quest, you can set a difficulty level. And we could go to Camp Bent Branch, the level 1 camp, and do those quests, but set the difficulty up really high. And I thought that would be a good idea. I thought that would work and help us continue to level up. But whenever I did that, I actually did that in Limsa before I left. I found that you do get equal experience whenever you're killing the monsters from a level 1 camp, but whenever you complete the camp itself, you get experience. When you complete the quest itself, you get experience for completing the quest, and that experience is independent from the experience you get from killing monsters. And the experience points that you get for completing a quest are often much lower. The experience points for level 1 camps are much, much lower than the experience you get at level 10 camps. So it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense whenever I'm trying to level up. If I'm doing quests for the purpose of leveling up, it doesn't really make any sense for me to take level 1 leaf quests and use them to level up, because I'm going to get less experience. It's not as efficient as getting all my leveling up through the level 10 camp. And whenever I get to level 20, it's not going to make any sense for me to return to the level 10 camp. Those quests are going to give me less and less experience. Let's see, where are we? We're getting pretty close now. Camp Emerald Moss is just around the bend a little bit. And she goes, these guys are probably high enough level that they will attack me if I get too close, and I don't want to fight right now. I just want to run on through, but looks like they're not going to give me any choice. No big deal, I can take them on, but for the purpose of time, I wanted to fly right on through. No harm, no foul. Curious Galago, maybe a reference to Curious George, the monkey animal there. All right. One thing that is interesting about this area, the Black Shroud, it can sometimes be difficult to tell exactly where you are, because what is going on here? Look at this! What in the world is this? A Tomos. What is this? I have no idea what this is. Oh boy, I'm a little scared now. I'm afraid he's not going to let me use the ethereal node. A Tomos. That almost sounds like a boss. Oh, it looks like he's... Oh, it looks like he can be aggroed. He's got a red icon there. Well, I'm going to move forward anyway. If he kills me, he kills me. That's okay. It doesn't look like he's going to. I am just endlessly curious about this. I don't have any idea what's going on. Alright, so anyway, we've reached Camp Emerald Moss, and now we'll be able to transport here. I'm going to set a home point to make sure that I can teleport back here using the return command. Oh shoot, I forgot to do the home point, the secondary home point for the Gridanian Inn. I forget the name of that. The Roost, that's what it's called. A Tomos. That is just crazy. I've got to know the story there. I'm going to look up the story for that, see if I can figure out what a Tomos is doing here, and what exactly he wants. So anyway, here we are at Camp Emerald Moss. We're going to end the video here, come back for the next one, and we'll do some leveling up in the Black Shroud, see what kind of cool, fun enemies there are for us to fight here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. We'll see you next time.